Hey there, it's Terri Kern here, and today I want to tell you about something a little bit experimental that I'm going to try. When I make my pieces, I'm really thinking about the design and what I want to paint on them, but sometimes I don't think about the technical aspects of what I actually need to do. As you know, most of my pieces have underglaze on the inside and the outside, and I always like to do a nice underglaze blend on the inside. After I made this Phoenix piece and I was getting ready to do my blend, I realized that the opening was pretty small and I didn't have the ability to maneuver and get a blend on the inside after I painted my first several layers of my squash yellow underglaze, which is from the Mako's Fundamental line. So I decided that I'm going to do something kind of crazy because art is about sometimes, being a little crazy. And I found this really great glaze. It's again, a Mako glaze. It's called Copper Adventurine, and it's got this iridescent quality that looks really warm and fiery, and I thought it would be the perfect complement to the underglaze painting that I've done on the surface of this piece of the Phoenix. So I'm actually going to paint the inside with this Copper Adventurine glaze in the hopes that it'll bring the fiery warmth to the exterior of the piece. And when the viewer looks on the inside, they'll see some sparkle and some razzle-dazzle. So what kind of experiments or crazy things might you do in your studio to shake things up a little bit? Okay, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and paint the inside. I always like to shake my glazes up really, really well. And this glaze, I've already checked the moisture content. Sometimes if a glaze has been sitting a long time, some of that evaporation can happen and your glaze might be a little thicker than you like. That was the case with this one because I haven't used it in a while, so I put a little bit of water in there earlier and shook it up and saw that it had the right moisture content. Now I'm just going to open up this glaze, and I love to use the soft fan brushes. They work really well with the glazes, and so this is my preferred glaze brush. I'm using a number 4. Again, I don't want to use the too big of a brush because I don't want to take the chance on getting any glaze on this beautiful little detail that I've got on the lip of my piece. So I'm just going to put my brush in here, get it nice and saturated, and now I'm sticking the brush all the way down on the inside, and I want you to notice how I'm moving my hand back and forth. And that is me moving the glaze on the inside of my piece. And now I'm just going to work my way up the surface. I usually brush on 3 coats of any commercial glaze, and I've always had really good luck with those 3 coats. And I'm continuing to bring the glaze up the surface, and I'm just going to show you what that looks like. So I started at the bottom, and now I'm pulling my brush up the surface on the inside. And as I get towards the top, I'm being really super careful because I don't want to get any glaze on this detail work that I've done. So I'm carefully bringing the glaze up the surface. And again, you can see I'm getting closer and closer to the top of my detail area. And I may even switch to a smaller brush when I get up there. I'll just have to see what it looks like. And now I'm almost all the way up, and let's see if I can get this detail in really nicely. Just, there we go. Now I want you to notice that I'm turning the piece with my left hand as I'm holding my brush pretty straight. And that allows me to get really close to the top of my piece. I'm going to work a little bit more slowly because precision is the name of the game. And again, I'm turning the piece with my left hand while very steadily holding the glaze brush with my right. Making sure that I get any drips of glaze off my brush so that nothing drips on the piece as I'm moving my brush from my bottle of glaze to my piece. Again, being very careful to get right up to that line. Okay, that's how you do it. Stay tuned for the finished results.